Hi, relaxed Reiki kids. It's time for a story. I've got Amethyst here. If it's your bedtime, you might want to get your cuddly toy, get all snuggled up underneath your covers, get nice and cosy. Just lie back and get ready to listen to the story. A good way to make sure that you're nice and relaxed is to start at the top of your head and imagine that you're crunching it all up, make it all tight, and then just let it go. Screw up your face, make it really small and tight, and relax, let it go. Pull your shoulders way up to your ears, and then just breathe out and relax. You should be starting to feel quite relaxed now. Tighten up your arms, your fists as well. Clench them all up really tight, and then relax. Let them go, let them just be floppy. Pull in your tummy, make it really tight, and breathe out and relax. Tighten up all the muscles in your legs, from the tops of your legs all the way right down to the bottom, and then relax them. Taking a nice big breath as you tighten up your toes and relax. Now, last one. Scrunch up your whole body, everything all at the same time. Make it all tight. And just breathe out and relax. Now you're ready to listen to the story. It comes from this book called Buddha at Bedtime. Now this story is about someone very small. Okay? It's called The Brave Little Parrot. Here he is in the picture. Okay? So just lie back, relax, and listen to the story. Listen carefully to this tale about a little blue parrot who lived high up in the treetops of a tropical rainforest. One day he surprised everyone because, despite being very small, he did a very brave thing. What do you think it was? Let's see if we can figure this out. Now, one morning a big dark storm cloud climbed high up into the sky above the forest where the little blue parrot lived. The storm cloud was very angry and he roared and thundered, making a terrible noise. He threw silver bolts of lightning down onto the forest, and one struck an old dead tree which burst into flames. Next the cloud took a big bold breath and blew the flames, making sparks jump into the surrounding trees, which then caught fire themselves. When the flames reached so high that they were licking at the bottom of the parrot's nest, the parrot had no choice but to fly higher and higher into the air. As the storm growled and the flames grew, the little parrot looked down and saw lots of his friends, the other animals who lived in the forest, running around, confused and frightened by the fire. They didn't know where to go to find safety. The parrot was worried about them, but stayed calm and tried to think of a way to help. Then it came to him. "Head towards the river," he shouted. "Follow me, I'll show you. This way, my friends." And he flew in the direction of the river to guide them. But not all the animals were able to follow. Some couldn't hear him, and others were trapped by the flames, crying out for help. Suddenly the little blue parrot had another idea. He flew down to the river and dived into the water, soaking his wings. Then he flew back to the burning forest. When he was high above the flames, he shook his wings and little droplets of water fell down on the fire with a soft hiss. Back and forth he flew from the fire to the river, from the river to the fire. Each time he carried feather loads of water and sprinkled it on the flames. The parrot was concentrating so much on trying to put out the flames that he didn't notice he was being watched. High above in the sky, even higher than the storm clouds, floated a magnificent castle with gleaming spires and towers that shone as brightly as the stars. Watching from the castle were the gods of the happy lands. They shook their heads in disbelief at the parrot's actions. "What is that little blue parrot trying to do?" they asked one another. "Does he think he can put out that great fire with a few droplets of water?" "Fly away and save yourself," the gods cried out to the little blue parrot. But the parrot's heart was so full of love and loyalty for his friends that he ignored the god's advice and kept flying back and forth to the river as quickly as he could. One of the gods could bear it no longer and decided to try to help. In a whoosh, he transformed himself into a great bald eagle and flew towards the burning forest where the little parrot was zigzagging in and out of the flames. "My little friend, you can't put out this raging fire with just a few drops of water. It's hopeless. Please fly away to safety," he pleaded. "With respect, Great Eagle," cried the little blue parrot, "can't you see that my friends are in danger? I love my friends, and if I don't try to save them, who will?" He was getting tired now. The smoke from the fire was making him cough and his eyes were stinging, but he wouldn't give up. The fingers of flame stretched up, trying to scorch his beautiful blue feathers, and his little feet were getting hotter and hotter. "Ouch!" he squawked as he flew higher to escape the flames. But he refused to give up. The godly eagle was so moved by the little blue parrot's bravery, determination, and love for his fellow creatures that suddenly he began to cry. His silver teardrops rained down, and as they flowed, they streamed out onto the forest fire and the poor trapped animals. Hiss, hiss, hiss went the angry flames, as the eagle's tears of compassion gradually put them out one by one until finally the fire was completely out. The little parrot couldn't believe it. All the animals were safe. He whooped with joy and turned somersaults in the sky, and the sun couldn't help laughing as he watched. All the animals cheered. "Hooray! Hooray! The brave parrot has saved us. Thank you, thank you." The storm cloud then slunk away over the horizon and left the sun to dry the forest with his warm, glowing smile. The great eagle flew back to his castle in the sky, turned himself into a god once more, and watched fondly as the happy parrot celebrated with his friends in the forest. Who would have thought that such a small bird could be so brave, so determined, and hold so much love in his little heart? He said to himself, "He deserves a reward, and I know just the thing." And so the god raised his hand and pointed at the little blue parrot, and all the animals looked on in wonder. A jet of multicoloured stars flew down to the small bird, and there was a big puff of smoke. When it cleared, the little parrot was no longer blue. His tail feathers now shimmered in all the colours of the rainbow, and he sparkled and glittered under the kindly gaze of the sun. I hope you enjoyed that story. Here's the picture of the little blue parrot, the bald eagle, and all his animal friends in the forest. Now remember, even if you are small, you still have a heart full of love, and you are still able to do great things for other people. Remember to always be kind. I'll speak to you soon.